Hey guys, I just want to point out a couple of obvious points. Number one, the Christopher Watts blessing. Are you kidding me? Do you think any channel creators who are discussing the case of Christopher Watts care one bit whether or not they have Christopher Watts' blessing to do so? And another thing, do you really believe that Christopher Watts even knows who the armchair detective is? I don't think that people who are in prison are able to watch YouTube channels. Not sure, but I don't think so. Another point. Did you notice that Christopher Watts didn't say and like yeah, like? Well, it's my hunch. It's because he was reading what he was supposed to say. Are any of y'all disgusted by what you see going on right now in the true crime community on YouTube? Well, let me tell you something. Over the weekend, I listened to part of one of the live chats that, of course, wasn't live because they heavily control who can comment and who can view their quote-unquote live chats. But it was being, replayed, no doubt for the clicks and the views. And I heard somebody speaking during the live chat that I thought, could it be? And then sure enough, the channel creator said her name. And yes, that was her name. Somebody who's closely related to Roger. And we know that Kim was also closely related to Roger. And I'm talking day one, folks. Day one of when the case of Christopher Watts first hit the headlines. A couple of weeks before I had even heard of the stupid case. Within a matter of just 1 or 2 days, they had their plan in motion. And by the time I clicked on Facebook to take a look, there were already 2 groups boasting of having 15,000 members each. Well, I've been in the true crime community on social media for over 12 years straight, and I've written over 64 titles on true crime cases. And I'm here to tell you, it was obvious right at the start that those 2 Facebook groups were up to no good, because there's no way in hell that any case has ever grabbed on to anywhere from 15 to 30,000 people within a matter of just a couple of weeks. That isn't how it works in the true crime community. However, that is how it works when you have a gang of scumbag attackers who are orchestrating the drama in order to convince the families that they're being harassed or attacked. By the time I got home from vacation, the scumbag attackers were already using my name and my photo and creating fake profiles and posting terrible comments and sending terrible messages. And you want to know what they did? They gathered up their screenshots of their own handiwork and they contacted the families and said, look at what's going on. So over 2 years later, when Kim announces that it's time for her now to, come forward. Really, Kim? Really, Jamie? Yeah, Jamie, Christopher Watts' own sister, who seems to be the common denominator with all of the scumbags. Isn't that interesting that Christopher Watts' own sister is connected to so many of the known attackers? Isn't that interesting? And take a listen to Mark's story about how he had a lawyer, a licensed lawyer, an actual lawyer licensed in the state of Colorado, offering his services pro bono for Christopher Watts, and how within just one day, suddenly it was time for Kim to go forward with her information, which, by the way, have any of you heard Kim say anything at all that we haven't heard already? I haven't. Seems to me she spends a lot of her time watching the other channels and taking a look at the comments in the Facebook discussion groups, because the stuff she's talking about has all been talked about ad nauseum for over 2 years straight. But let's get back to the Jamie connection. Anna, wasn't she Jamie's friend? Shannon, wasn't she Jamie's friend? How many others? Aren't they always Jamie's friend? Or a friend of the family, which I think is code for Jamie's friend? Don't fall for it, you guys. Don't fall for any of it. It's the same core group from which the scumbag attackers were sprung. And if you're okay with scumbag attackers who harass our family members, who threaten our lives, who contact our employers, who file false police reports, who post the most disgusting lies about us all over the internet. If you're okay with this group of scumbag attackers who claim it's their goal to destroy our lives, those of us they targeted for attack over 2 years ago, if you're okay with that, then keep right on watching. Keep right on, giving them the clicks and the views. Keep right on paying for their, super chats. And it isn't just on that side of the aisle either. It's on the other side too. If you think it's okay for Alice Cooper to sit there and to go on and on and on ad nauseum, spewing her hatred and venom and her lies, then you're no better than any of them. This was created, this was organized, and their entire scheme has been nothing but based on their greed and based on the fact that each and every one of them is evil.